Hi friends, happy Friday. Yesterday we began talking about nonfiction text features. Remember, those are features that you can find in an informational or a nonfiction text. So you might see diagrams, you might see labels, you might see captions. Take a minute to review what a diagram, a label, and a caption are with someone in your home. Pause the video, and when you're done, you can unpause it and we can continue on. Ready to go? All right. A diagram is an outline or a drawing that shows you how something works, or it shows you the parts of something. So with a diagram, you're going to see an entire picture and it's going to have labels on it. Diagrams always have labels. Now labels are labels name like the specific parts of things. So it tells you where certain things are and it tells you what they are. So like with our picture, we see a label in blue that's pointing to petals. We see a label in blue that's pointing to stems and leaves. It's telling us what the different things are in our diagram. Then we have captions. Captions are usually below our picture and they tell us more about what's happening in the picture. Sometimes we can see a picture and not really have that much information. We can only describe what's in it. But when you read your caption like I do, this daisy needs water and sun, oh, I see that this is not just any regular flower, it's a daisy and it's telling me what it needs to survive. Today when we read, we're going to be introducing two new text features. We're going to be talking about bold words and the glossary. Now, friends, bold words are important because when we see a bold word, we know that one, we can find that word in our glossary. The glossary is where you can find the definitions of words. We know that it's also another important thing about bold words is that if a word is bolded on a page, that means it's an important word. That means that whenever you look at that word, if you don't know what it is, you should go to the glossary immediately to find out the meaning or the definition of it because it's important. It's important. It's an important word on that page, and you can find it in the glossary. Now, I kind of already mentioned what glossary is. It's a list of bolded words throughout your story. So any words that you saw that were bolded, you're going to be able to find it in the glossary. Now you're probably wondering, Miss Hyatt, where's the glossary? The glossary is at the end of your nonfiction text. So once you go all the way through your entire text, you can go in the back, find the glossary, and pick out any words that you were not, or find the definition of any words you were unsure about. Get it? Got it? Today, we are going to be working on identifying and finding bold words and using our glossary to understand what those words mean. So this is going to be a pretty quick lesson. Now, friends, our story today is called Two Makes Twins. Let's go see if we can find some bold words and find out their definition. Now, just because we're focusing on bold words and glossary does not mean I'm not going to ask you questions about other text features that we covered yesterday. So get ready, all right? Two makes twins. Introduction. Some of you may have a bossy big brother. Others may have a sweet little sister. What if you have a brother or sister who is exactly the same age as you? What if the two of you look identical? This can happen when your brother or sister is your twin. Raise a silent hand if you know someone that's a twin. I do. I have two pairs of twins in my family. I have two nephews that were just born last year that are twins, and then I have two nephews and nieces that were born about 5 years ago, and they're twins. Double trouble. Twins grow in their mother's body at the same time. Twins can be two brothers or sisters. They can also be a brother and a sister. One twin is born first. That twin is slightly older than the other. Twins can look very similar or very different from each other. Ooh, I see a text feature that we learned about yesterday. Raise a silent hand if you know what this text feature is called. It's a caption. We see words underneath a picture. Let's read it and see if we can understand more about what's happening in this picture. Today, it is much more common for a mother to have twins than it was years ago. Sometimes twins are also more common in certain families. So, it told me more information about twins that I wouldn't have known before. I also know I can make a silent connection because I agree with that. Sometimes twins are more common in certain families, and I know that my family tends to have a lot of twins in them. Identical twins. Identical twins. I see that word is bolded. I'm not sure what identical means. Let me go somewhere in my book to find out what that means. Where can I go in my book to find out what identical twins means? Yeah, I can go to my glossary. Let me go to my glossary because I want to make sure that I can completely understand this story. So I'm going to go all the way to the back of the book and I'm going to look up identical. Oh, it says twins who look exactly alike, page 6. So now I know when I read and I see identical twins, I know that it's twins that look exactly alike. Let me go back to my page. All right. Identical twins often look almost exactly alike. They are always either two girls or two boys. It can be difficult to tell identical twins apart. They often have the same height, weight, hair color, and eye color. Some twins look so similar that they can play tricks on each other. Ooh. They can switch places with each other. No one can tell them apart. Wow, identical twins sound like they could be a little sneaky. Identical twins can be mirror image twins. When they face each other, they look very similar, but some of their characteristics are reversed. I don't know what characteristics means. Where could I go in my book to find out what that means? Oh yeah, I can go to the glossary. Now, is my glossary in the beginning of my book? No, I know my glossary is at the end. So I'm going to go back to my glossary again and find out what characteristics means because I know that that's an important word on this page. And to be able to understand this page, I need to go into the glossary to discover the meaning. All right, let's go back again. Characteristics. I see it right here because it's in alphabetical order. Our glossary is always going to be in alphabetical order. It's not the order in which you see the words in the story. It's always going to be in alphabetical order. Characteristics. Features that help to identify a thing or a group of things. Okay. I think I'm ready to go back and read that page now. When they face each other, they look very similar, but some of their characteristics are reversed. They might have freckles on different sides of their bodies or part their hair on different sides. One twin might be left-handed while the other is right-handed. Identical twins can be alike in other ways too. They might like the same things such as music, sports, or food. They might have similar personalities too. It's also very possible for identical twins to not be very alike at all. I see a text feature on this page that we're trying to identify and learn about today. What text feature do you see on this page that we've been working on today? Yeah, we see a bolded word. And is a bolded word important just because it's in the glossary? No, we know if a word is bolded, then that means that it's an important word for that page. So like we've done on other pages, we can always go back to the glossary and look up that definition. I'm not going to do it for this one just to save a little bit of time. Fraternal twins. Fraternal twins can look very different from each other. They can be a pair of two boys or two girls. Unlike identical twins, they can also be a girl and a boy. So I read that they can look very different from each other. Let me see if I can add any more to that definition by going to the glossary, just so I can make sure I fully understand this. Because right now, I know it's a bolded word, so it must be important. And I want to know, or I want to be able to understand it completely. Twins who do not look exactly alike. Ooh, so I know identical twins look exactly alike. And I know that fraternal twins do not look exactly alike. It was so helpful going back to the glossary just to make sure I completely understood fraternal twins. Fraternal twins may share some characteristics. They can share the same number of characteristics as any brother or sister. Do they look exactly alike? No, they don't. It even tells us in our caption below, remember captions tell us more about the images that we're seeing. It tells us in our caption below, fraternal twins are like regular brothers or sisters who happen to have been born at the same time. My nephews are fraternal twins. They don't look exactly alike. They just happen to be born at the exact same time. Their characteristics and their personalities are very different from each other too. I see another caption. As fraternal twins grow up, they often find that they enjoy different things. That makes sense to me. I read before that their characteristics and personalities can be different, so that makes sense to me. For example, sisters born a few years apart might have light hair and blue eyes. However, another pair of sisters might have different hair and eye colors. It is the same with fraternal twins. They can look very similar, a little alike, or very different. They usually have more differences in their personalities than identical twins. The twins bond. Identical and fraternal twins often have a special bond. The bond may form because they are carried in the mother's body at the same time. They move around each other and reach out for each other. I'm not exactly sure what bond means, but they keep mentioning it, so I know that it's an important word. I also know it's important because it's a bolded word. And since it's a bolded word, I can go back to my glossary and find out what that definition is, and I'm going to read it again so I can fully understand this page. Bond, a strong feeling of connection or friendship. So now I know when I'm reading this word, they're talking about a connection or a feeling of friendship between twins. Identical and fraternal twins often have a special bond. The bond may form because they are carried in the mother's body at the same time. They move around and reach out for each other. Now that I went back to the glossary, I'm able to understand this page a lot more. That's because bond was an important word on this page. It let me know that the glossary let me know that bond means connection or like a friendship between two. Twins also bond with each other. After they are born, they are often comforted when they are near each other. Some twins invent their own language as babies. This language usually goes away when they learn a real language. Awesome twosomes. Only some twins look almost exactly alike. Some twins have similar personalities, likes, and dislikes. Other twins, like many fraternal twins, can look and act quite different from each other. Twins are not simply copies of each other. Each twin, whether identical or fraternal, is one of a kind. What is the definition of personalities? What can you do or where can you go to find that definition? Yeah, you can go to Glossary. Whenever you're taking your exit ticket today, I believe you're going to have to go and find different definitions of words. You're going to use your glossary. You know that if a word was bolded, like it is right over here, then it's also bolded in your text. That means that that word is important and that you can find it in their glossary and find out the definition. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you need to use the anchor chart again, it will be attached to right next to the video in case you have to look at it and answer any questions. Get it? Got it? All right. Have a good weekend and finish your exit ticket.